Underway here at TV Cogeco, Chatham-Kent Cougars, and the Bantam Consolation Final going on here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. It is Mike Renier here with Cheryl Johnstone stepping in. Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm back once again after doing the Peewee games here.
We'll see how long. You're stepping in for a little bit.
Yes, as I believe we wait for Sal Jordan, who is currently carrying trophies across the track right now as get ready for the Bantam Consolation game. Chatham-Kent Auto Sales taking on Bidells Food Services.
Bidells in maroon, and on 1st and 10, very minimal gain, actually maybe a slight loss by a couple of yards as we are underway. As Cheryl mentioned, Bidells Food Services in maroon, the Chatham Auto Sales crew in blue. And it is Bidells with the first possession of this football game, the Bantams. A beautiful day for football here on this Sunday, late fall afternoon. 4-yard loss on that first place, a 2nd and 14.
And they're expecting this to be a pretty good game. The next two games here for the Bantam, the Consolation Final and the Championship. A big run up the middle here.
A big rush right up the gut, close to midfield, and that was number 44, Zachary Emerson, with a big drive right up the middle on the handoff. And first down and a lot more, so a good start on the ground game for the Bidells Food Services Cougars as they march up the field.
And Bidells had a very close game in the semifinals, losing to Erio Marina 32-22. And Chatham Auto Sales had a bit of a blowout against TV Cogeco, losing 38-6.
Again, they keep it on the ground, pushing it closer to midfield. Actually, about a 3-yard gain, it seems, from that last rush there, so they stick with what works, running it right up the middle, and some positive yards on first down.
So far the running game has worked out pretty well, and if it's like the Peewee games we just had, going to see a lot of plays on the ground, not so much through the air as it's still very windy out there.
The Chatham Auto Sales 50-yard line as now Bidells into enemy territory as they respot the ball about 6 inches back. 2nd down and 7 for Bidells. Again, quarterback thinking about passing it briefly, but a handoff to the running back. Bit of a seam along the left-hand side. Looks like they pick up another 2, maybe 3 yards on 2nd down. And that looks like that'll set up a 3rd and 4.
A nice little run up the gut there, but some great tacklings from Chatham Auto Sales. Some good defense so far that we've seen here in the game. See if they're able to convert here on 3rd down.
Now they run it out of the shotgun. And the quarterback keeps it himself, trying to find a seam along that far side, trying to get that first down yardage, and it looks like they did.
Number 99, Trevor Brown, the quarterback there with a great shotgun snap right to him and then run off with a bit of a wildcat offense here.
So Bidells marching down the field. And a big 3rd down conversion there. Had to get 4, got probably 5 on that quarterback sneak up along that far side. 7:40 left to go in this opening quarter.
Sorry, my mistake. That would have been a Zachary Allen with the ball there from Bidells Food Services at quarterback.
And 1st and 10, they stick with what works, keeping it on the ground. And not much there.
So you seem to be having a little bit more success not running it right up the gut early here, but instead bouncing it outside.
Bidells Food Services in maroon. Again, the Chatham Auto Sales crew in blue. Bantam Consolation game here with the Chatham-Kent Cougars in a quadruple header on this beautiful Sunday. Great day for football.
Bit of confusion in the backfield there.
Zachary Allen backing up again out of the shotgun formation, gets the snap, tries to find somebody open along that far side, and he does. Pass is complete. Receiver still on his feet, and a couple of defenders finally taking him down, but staying with that play. Good job by Chris Vercouteren, number 58. Looks like it was tipped right off of the throw there, but Vercouteren really staying with it, able to make the grab.
So getting a few yards gain there on that as it'll be a 3rd down and 5. 6:30 left here in the first quarter.
Mike Renier, Cheryl Johnstone from Country 92.9 CMCO, bringing you this one here on TV Cogeco this afternoon. 3rd down 5. So another big 3rd down conversion coming up here for Bidells, able to convert a 3rd and 4 on that last series. They'll be asked to do it again. Again, the quarterback keeping himself, trying to find a seam along the near side, and it doesn't look like he's going to get what he needs for the 1st down. We'll have to see. It's going to be awfully close. But again, that quarterback keeping it himself, and Zachary Allen.
So getting the rush up there on the left side, getting a few yards, but it'll be 4th down and 4. And we'll see if they're going to go for it, or instead they're going to kick or punt, what exactly it is that they're going to do. Maybe we'll see some trickery. Saw that a little bit in the Peewee games a little bit earlier this afternoon.
The opponent's 35-yard line. Maybe you're just going to be confident to go for it. If you miss it, you still have the ball in some decent field position for the other team. So it looks like maybe that's what they'll consider doing here. And now the quarterback keeping it himself, and he's got some room to move, and a 1st down coming up here for the Bidells Food Services Cougars as they took a gamble, and it worked. It paid off on 4th and 4. And the quarterback, Zachary Allen, showing his athletic ability with the football, running it himself and getting at least 5 on that run.
Bit of a delay there as sort of faked out, sort of maybe doing a punt there and then taking off with it. So paid off for them as they were able to, as Bidells got the 1st down.
7-yard run for the quarterback there as they continue to make it work on 3rd and 4th down. Again, quarterback has it. Look to throw it off to that far side. Still on his feet. It takes about 3 Chatham Auto Sales Cougars to bring him down. Whistled, I believe, behind the line of scrimmage. So it looks like a couple yard drop there. 3-yard loss on that play. No receivers open, and the quarterback facing a lot of pressure there. So 2nd down and 13.
So he tackled for a loss there.
Just over 4 to play in the opening quarter. And again, the Bidells Food Services Cougars giving it off to the running back, finding a seam along the near side. And some positive yards there. Cameron Bayshard taking the ball. And he's able to run for 7 yards. So, again, that brings up a fairly manageable 3rd down and 5 to go.
It's a nice run there, but also a great tackle from Chatham Auto Sales.
Good drive here for Bidells up to the 22-yard line of Chatham Auto Sales. 3rd down and 5. So another 3rd down opportunity here as they give it off to the running back, cutting across to the near side. Not a whole lot. And looks like a drop of 2 yards, getting taken down well behind the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and 8 is what they're calling for here. So a 3-yard loss after that pitch. The running back didn't find any daylight. So 4th and 8 coming up here. A couple of substitutions. Look like they're going to continue to go for it here. Now a low snap, and the quarterback has a lot of trouble handling this and a lot of pressure. He is taken down again behind the line of scrimmage with just a snap that was low right from the start. And not a whole lot that Zachary Allen could have done with that. A bit of a panic, and the defense of Chatham Auto Sales able to snuff it out and take over on down. So a turnover, but I guess the big thing here for Bidells, they were able to punch it deep into Chatham Auto Sales territory.
Say a very low snap on that one, and had to spend some precious time there rather than running with the ball, trying to wrangle that in. And Chatham Auto Sales taking the ball over here. Some tough field position, deep in their own end, as we have a late substitution here.
Bidells able to methodically take the football down deep into enemy territory on that first possession of the football game, and now Chatham Auto Sales trying to do the exact same, going back the other way.
See, it looks like we might have a timeout here.
Looks like the coach for Chatham Auto Sales going out to have a chat with the team here as they begin their first offensive possession of this game. And eating a lot of time off the clock did Bidells.
So just over 2 minutes left here in the first quarter, and it looks like this will be a good consolation final. So far we've seen some good plays on offense, but also some great tackles, some great defensive stops. So we'll see what Chatham Auto Sales can do here on offense, as they have a couple of players in the backfield.
Adam Pearson under center here for Chatham Auto Sales as he elects to pitch it off to the right-hand side. Nice little move by the running back, cutting outside, now cutting back inside, still on his feet, getting some great yardage, still on his feet, getting closer to midfield, finally taken down around the 43-yard line or thereabouts, but a big run, about a 17-yard gain for Chatham Auto Sales coming back the other way. So that's exactly what they needed there.
Yeah, number 50, Christopher Rupert, with that big run there, eluding some tacklers and making some big gains, cutting it around.
Big job there on 1st and 10. And again, they keep it on the ground. Not nearly as much in terms of success this time. Getting maybe 3 on the ground that time, but still positive yardage, 2nd and 7.
Say not being quite as successful there as they try to run it up the gut. Had much better success when they tried to bounce it out to the edges.
And some fancy footwork there, too, on that first play by Rupert. Letting that big gain. So 2nd and 7 coming up now for Chatham Auto Sales. Still scoreless here very late in the first quarter. The Bantams.
Bit of trickery.
Little end around here coming back the other way and finding
the ball's
no
loose.
help at all. And now a fumble as it was taken out of the hands of Ben Sikarik. And did they turn it over? Looks like they did turn it over back to Bidells.
Yeah, trying to do a little bit of trickery there with some a couple of double handoffs.
Ben Sikarik had the handle on that football, but that wide open space he enjoyed quickly filled up, and he just had it knocked out of his hands.
And Bidells fortunately getting recovering there, so they're getting the ball back here with great field position. Ball's on the 37-yard line. So we'll see now what they can do with that. And we saw a little bit earlier, sometimes ball control can be a bit of an issue here.
It does tend to happen in certainly this level of football, so that could be a key in this football game as we wind down to the end of the first quarter. We'll see if that was the final play, but it looks like that's going to be a loss against the Bidells Food Services Cougars against the Chatham Auto Sales Cougars. And through one quarter of football here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex, we are still looking for the first points. Scoreless with the Chatham-Kent Cougars and the Bantam consolation game going on here between the Chatham Auto Sales Club and Bidells Food Services. 0-0 through 1. Very quick first quarter, Cheryl.
Yeah, and of course, at this level, of course, with the Bantams, they tend to let the clock run a lot to try to keep play going. And we had a little bit of a late start, too. They had the clock running as they were trying to track down some volunteers to hold the sticks.
We found them. We're underway into the second quarter. Still a 0-0 tie. First and 10. Now, again, another trickery play there and some room to move on the ground. A big gain here for Chatham Auto Sales. And Christopher Rupert able to find some room along that far side and run like the wind. So a big first down run there.
A great tackle, too, by Bidells Food Services to bring him down there because he only had about one guy to beat, and he would have been off to the races into the end zone.
Great speed for Christopher Rupert, and he gives his team some good field position up to the 47-yard line of Bidells. Chatham Auto Sales on the move, 1st and 10. Once again, the handoff right up the middle. And a couple of yards there, Eddie O'Brien Nordstrom. That time with the grab 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
See some great tackles there by Alexander Goff and also Zachary Emerson in on that one, bringing him down pretty quickly. So some great tackling so far from Bidells here.
Good fundamentals early in this football game. 2nd down, 8 to go for Bidells. Looking for the game's first points for either side. Once again, they keep it on the ground, pitched off, and the running back finding some room along the near side, still looking for those last couple of yards for the first down, and he will get it past the 35-yard line. And emerging from the pile, number 20, Mason Van Dellen. pardon me, that's the other 20. Austin McCready, pardon me. Keeping it other side of the football. McCready with the run that gets the first down for Chatham Auto Sales.
I'd say a fantastic run there, taking it inside, then bouncing into the outside, then breaking a few tackles. A couple of players just sort of grabbing at his jersey at any sort of attempt to bring him down, and was able to elude those and cut it back inside and gain a few yards and get the first down.
Seen some agile running backs on both sides. Now a nice little pass and a reception along that far side. Some daylight heading towards the end zone. And tackled just shy. Great pitch along that far side. And once again brought down by McCready. He's able to stay with that pass and get past a couple of defenders for a big, big reception.
A great throw by Adam Pearson there, number 7 for Chatham Auto Sales. Able to complete the pass. And a big gain. So it looks like the wind is actually starting maybe to die down just a tad, which is good news for these teams if they're hoping to throw the ball a little bit more.
Been a breezy day. 26-yard pass completion to McCready in first and goal. First and goal from the 7 for Chatham Auto Sales. Again, quarterback able to pitch it off to the near-hand side, left-hand side, and getting maybe half the distance to the goal on that run.
Another fantastic tackle from Zachary Emerson there, number 44 for Bidells Food Services, bringing him down there.
Red zone defense here, pretty important for Bidells as they try to keep the damage to a minimum here. As Chatham Auto Sales knocking on the door. Couple yards on that gain. Second and goal from the 5. Here's Pearson again, and that one does not work as he hands it off, and a big-time loss. The defense certainly ready there for Bidells.
So tried to pitch it out, but nowhere to go there, and a great tackle from Bidells Food Services.
Loss of 5 on that last rush attempt, so third down and goal from the 10-yard line. See what Adam Pearson and the rest of the offense does here for Chatham Auto Sales. Again, the quarterback elects to keep it himself. A couple of maroon jerseys all over him. Bidells again with the defense coming up big when they needed the most. So that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
So it'll be interesting to see what they elect to do here. If they try to run it in, maybe throw it in. Maybe a fake field goal attempt.
Haven't seen much in terms of air attack for either side in the first quarter and a half here. Not necessarily a surprise in the bantam level of football.
Chatham Auto Sales taking a timeout here as obviously they want to discuss a little bit more in depth exactly what they're going to do here on this 4th and 10.
7:12 remaining in this first half. A zippy first half and a beautiful afternoon on this Sunday at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Glad you had some time for this match here today and a quadruple header. Mike Renier, Cheryl Johnstone in the broadcast booth and calling a pretty good defensive tight battle here. Not a lot of chances for the offense, certainly when it counts the most. We've seen some pretty good offensive plays between the 30 and the 30-yard line, but we get into the inside the 30 and closer into the red zones, the defense is coming up big.
So Chatham Auto Sales here, though, and they're knocking on the door, but have quite a challenge ahead of them with 4th and 10 as they try to punch it into the end zone.
See what kind of play they have here with Pearson under center. He elects to pass it, and now maybe some trickery. Running back will throw it to the air himself to the end zone. And it falls incomplete. Again, that was intended for Austin McCready as he was falling to the ground in the end zone, couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Chris Vercateren getting the pitch on that one and then electing to throw it. But unfortunately, it was a good throw, very good throw, but just not able to bring that one down or Campbell Greenidge. Keep looking at the wrong pages here. You made me switch spots, Mike, and I'm thrown off.
And I didn't bring her a Danish either.
No, you
so
didn't.
That just ruined Cheryl's
Starting
day
to get
altogether.
hungry now. As I've already called 2 games now. We're going on to game number 3.
She's into OT.
You know what? And it's strange for me to switch sides here from doing play-by-play to color commentary. So mixing it up here.
Versatile trooper. Turnover on downs, going back the other way on offense. Bidells has the football now and on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground, going up the middle. Number 59, Caden Jeffs, getting the call with that. Pretty good pickup, 5 yards on the ground that time.
See, not very good field position here, but it'll be interesting to see what they can do with it as the sun starts to set lower on the horizon, casting some long shadows on this football field here. We'll see if that plays into the game plan here a bit.
Probably see the lights before this one comes completely to an end. Now the quarterback keeps the football himself. Good agility here as he stays on his feet for first down yardage and actually quite a bit more for Bidells Food Services. And a beautiful job there, Zachary Emerson for Bidells. So some big runs in the middle part of the football field all throughout this first half. Still looking for the game's first points, however, between the Chatham Auto Sales, Bidells Food Services. Bidells in the maroon jerseys, Chatham Auto Sales in blue. And the football up to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. And now a little fumble off of the snap, and that usually means trouble, and that was the case right there as the defense for Chatham Auto Sales able to get the quarterback down after a substantial loss.
Just not able to, he was able to hold on to the ball, but not at first. Had to sort of drop it and then pick it back up again, but fortunately didn't result in a turnover. It does, however, result in a loss, though, as we have 4:23 left to play here in the half.
5-yard loss on that 1st and 10 play, 2nd and 15. And once again, a little bit of a scramble as they try to set it up the middle, but the defense that time around for the Chatham Auto Sales coming up big, not allowing the offense to do much of anything. So 3rd and long coming up here as the ball only getting up to the line of scrimmage. As we kill a hornet in the broadcast booth.
They thought it was
it's
a little
mid-November and we're killing hornets. Now off the far side, that pass incomplete. So that's going to set up a 4th and very long here, 4th and 15, as they try to pass it along to the near side here. And that pass falls just out of the reach of the receiver's fingertips for Bidells.
Say it was a good pass, but unfortunately just a little too far. As it looks like they'll be going for it here on 4th and 15.
Not much in the way of special teams here so far this first half. See if Bidells can pull out some magic here on 4th and very long. Actually, now they are going to kick it away. And ball comes down now. It's muffed near midfield, but able to just hang on after that initial fumble through the fingertips. Gamble Greenidge able to stumble on it. So Greenidge able to keep possession for Chatham Auto Sales, and pretty good field position to take over here.
Though it looks like they'll be on about the 49-yard line, and a great play there by Campbell to keep that ball in his sights and then continue after it, even after he tried to catch it in the air. I mean, it's got to be tough. He was looking right into the sun when that ball was being kicked at him.
That's a good point. That sun just right in the face of the team, and that's going to be probably a factor for the next few minutes, certainly for the rest of this first half. And now the Chatham Auto Sales crew going right into that sunshine.
It's a great tackle there by Zachary Emerson, I believe. Able to take him down for no gain.
2nd and 10, 49-yard line into the offensive territory here for Chatham Auto Sales in a scoreless football game. And now a handoff once again as the quarterback, Adam Pearson, looked like he might be looking downfield for an open receiver, but quickly handing it off to the running back, who again finds no daylight whatsoever. Maybe 2 yards, according to a maybe generous spot there, but a 2-yard pickup on the ground.
So it'll be 3rd and 8, as I believe we hit the 2-minute warning here. About 1:40 to play in this half.
One of the offenses looking for something to break free here. Now they go to the air as Pearson tried to find his open receiver, who wasn't all that open along that far side. Trying to bring that one down, number 24. That's Dawson Arnold Blondie. And Blondie stayed with it, just couldn't haul it down along that far side. Looks like he was under double coverage.
And great breakup there for Bidells Food Services to get their hands in the way of that pass. Great way to defend that one. Their defenses on both teams have been playing very well so far, making it hard for the offenses to really do much of anything. And then when they do, capitalizing on some of these mistakes that they're making.
We've seen the rush, we've seen the pass, we've seen some razzle-dazzle plays on both sides. Nothing leading to points just yet. And now a punt will go just along the far sideline, along the benches, and that's going to be in the area of the 35-40-yard line into Bidells territory. And Bidells will be taking over here. Just a $1:19 to go in this first half in a scoreless game.
So it'll be interesting to see if Bidells is able to do anything with this. Not the greatest field position, but nothing is impossible if you can break a few loose here.
Wind at their back. Still a fairly brisk breeze as we head into late afternoon. As they take over once again. Now off the handoff. Room to move there by a rather tall number 44, Zachary Emerson, who has touched the ball a fair bit here this first half. Able to grab maybe 3 yards on that first down run. Playing
both ways for Bidells, both offense and defense. Leading as he runs off the field right now on a substitution. He's been playing quarterback, a few quarterback sneaks, but also has a number of great tackles so far today.
Been asked to do quite a bit here in this football game. 1 minute to go in quarter number 2. As now, right off the snap, big number 99, very tall Trevor Brown right in the running back's face right off of the handoff, and he goes absolutely nowhere. So a loss, I believe, about 4 yards on that last play as Brown just breaks through there, Cheryl.
Yeah, great penetration by Trevor Brown on that, able to just, blow right through the line and put some pressure onto Bidells and push them back there for a bit of a loss.
Time for a couple more plays.
High snap.
Now this is able to be recovered by the Bidells Food Services squad. Cheryl mentioned a very high snap there, and that could have been dangerous, certainly in that level of the field or that area of the field. That could have put Chatham Auto Sales with some glorious field position, but at that last moment, they were able to hang on to possession.
Yeah, that snap was a little bit high over his head and had to go sprinting back to get it, but fortunately able to bring it back in here.
So they do keep possession, but now they have a 4th and 14 and only 25 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Probably content to just let that clock wind down as far as they can. And looks like maybe a delay of game flag right here.
Yes, and it looks like Bidells Food Services backing up about 5 yards. Maybe more.
We got 10-yard call there. Was a 15-yard penalty. And now they will kick it away on a 4th and 24. And that ball going out of bounds along that far sideline between the two benches with only 8.5 seconds left to go. That will give Bidells Food Services a chance on defense now. And Chatham Auto Sales the turn on offense, but again, not very much time left to go in this first half.
No, definitely not. And we'll see if they're able to do anything with it. And of course, had Jim in a little bit earlier. We talked a little bit about how they actually have moved the field in about 10 yards this year, and that's led to a lot more contact happening on the field, which is always nice to see. You have more kids touching the ball, more kids involved with plays.
Getting them ready for other levels of football later on.
still played the same length of the field, so you'll see the little orange pylons there on the side.
Another trickery end around there, and that pass going along that far side. And intended for number 64, Alex Gleason, falls incomplete. 3.4 seconds remaining on the clock. And 2nd and 10. So it looks like just one more play left to go here. And half number one still scoreless.
So it's got to be tough for the Chatham Auto Sales quarterback. I believe that was Ben Sederak. Got to be tough trying to throw and spot that receiver when you're looking directly into the sun.
You suspect the sun will be less of a factor once they start the second half. And now it's handed off to the rather tall number 58 for Chatham Auto Sales. And he is taken down as Campbell Greenidge has the last touch of the football for half number one. Still scoreless as the sun gets to set here on this Sunday afternoon between the Chatham Auto Sales Club and Bidells Food Services. Mike Renier, Cheryl Johnstone here with TV Coach. Go back with second half action very soon. Second half underway here at the Athletic Complex after a quick halftime, and now the ball will belong to the boys in blue, the Chatham Auto Sales, and they will scoop up the football and bring it back to around the 30-yard line. So that's where they're going to start. Still the sun up at a precarious spot, still going to be in the eyes of the Chatham Auto Sales crew for a few minutes anyway, for probably this possession. So that might be a factor here on the offense. Beginning the second half, no points on the board for the first half for either team. Both defenses playing very, very well and coming up with some big plays when they have to. 1st and 10. A big run along the far side, along that far sideline. Looks like that's going to be enough for a first down, 12-yard pickup as they keep it on the ground. And a big rush for Chatham Auto Sales. And they will move the chains. Good start on offense to start the third quarter here. First and 10 from outside the 40-yard line. And again, they keep it on the ground. Not as much success this time. Maybe a gain of 2 on the ground. Chatham Auto Sales, and now the running back slow to get up as he ran into just a pile of players. Trainer's out to take a look, trying to see the number on the jersey. Not exactly sure right now the running back that's down. And now it looks like he's going to get up without much problem, just maybe winded a little bit. Oh, actually, he's got lower body injury, number 32 for Chatham Auto Sales. That's Ethan Lutz, who took the snap and ran it up the middle. And looks like some kind of hopefully light injury to his right leg. Whether he banged up his knee or twisted an ankle or something, he is putting a decent amount of pressure on it, walking off unassisted to the sidelines, but certainly in a fair bit of discomfort. So hopefully he'll be okay, and we'll see him again before the end of this football game as Lutz will get that looked at. 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8. And again, trying to go to the air that time around. Now finding his seam along that far side. And now quite a bit of open room. Quarterback able to get close to midfield, right at midfield it looks like. Good job by Adam Pearson. He initially looked to pass that football, but found quite a bit of daylight and took it all the way to midfield. So a big first down for Chatham Auto Sales. First and 10. Pearson again under center. having some problems off the snap. Now trying to just run it right up the middle. He'll just punch it past the midfield yard marker. Gain of maybe a yard. Second down and a long 9. 3 minutes off the clock here in the third quarter. Second down, a long 9. Pearson back to pass it, and he shortchanged the receiver by about a yard. Falls well in front of number 50, the intended receiver there, Christopher Rupert. He tried to come back for the football, but it falls on the turf, and a third down and a very long 9.5 coming up here for Chatham Auto Sales. Cheryl Johnson will join us here in a couple of plays. She was in the hot dog line for quite a while, but she's back ready to go here for the third quarter.
There's a lot of hungry kids.
Oh, here you are now. Cheryl back with us again. Scoreless football game. 8 minutes and change to go in this third quarter. And now the quarterback hands it off. Number 12, who hands it off himself. An end around off the near side, but not a lot of room to move. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. And having that rough task there was Dawson Arnold Blondie as he grabbed that football. Still took it about 10 yards, but that was only back to the original line of scrimmage. And that sets up a 4th and 9.
Say a very tough play for them as they tried to do a little bit of trickery there, but Bidells Food Services either saw that one coming or their defenders they knew to stay home. They knew that they couldn't go chasing after them, and paid off for them as Chatham Auto Sales will now have to punt.
So a promising drive at the start. Stalls right at midfield, and the ball comes to the 35-yard line. A clean field, and now coming across the 40-yard line before being hauled down by his jersey was number 7, Darcy Azuski for the Bidells Food Services Cougars. And they will begin their offensive journey with under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. Still a scoreless football game as the sun starts to slowly set.
And so far it's really been a defensive battle. Some offensive chances, but unfortunately neither team able to capitalize as we're now around midfield, and neither team able to really sort of punch it in one way or the other. So we'll see what happens here, although I believe that if they do end in a tie, they will not go to overtime here in the consolation game.
First and 10 here for Bidells as they keep it on the ground. And getting to around the 48, maybe 49-yard line. Gain of around 4, maybe 5 yards. Actually, I'm going to call it a 6-yard pickup right to the 50-yard line with 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter. So good job on first and 10. A very manageable second down coming up here as they keep it on the ground.
And I know that Jim was telling me a little bit earlier, too, that the refs are very quick on the whistles, too. I don't want to get things get out of hand as this big pile just moves.
Good job again on the run. Getting well past midfield. And having maybe a little bit of trouble with the lower body there was Elijah Williams, number 50. But he goes back into the huddle. He's going to be all right. First and 10, 52-yard line of the Chatham Auto Sales Cougars. So now they push it past midfield. But still 52 yards away from pay dirt and the first points of the game. First and 10, running back past the 50-yard line, trying to get up to the 45 and actually get past the 45-yard line.
Took about 3 players from Chatham Auto Sales to tackle him on that one. And quite a nice run there from the running back.
Mason Van Dellen doing a good job there. A 7-yard run. 2nd and 3 as they able to get it past the 40-yard line. So that's going to be well enough for a first down here for Bidells Food Services. The 39-yard line is where they will continue here. Again, they keep it on the ground. Running back dodging a couple of defenders there on that far side. Still able to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards for Bidells Food Services. And that one, Cameron Bayshard with a rock that time. So again, a manageable 2nd down coming up here with under 3.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Second and 6, again, they keep it on the ground. Some room to move past the 30-yard line. Bidells continues to methodically take it down the field. That time looked like it was Ethan Catot with a chance on the rush there. As it looks like they're going to have to measure this one. Very close to first down yardage. And looks like it's just a few inches short of the first down. So 3rd and inches coming up here for Bidells. Be a very important first down to get here as they're already flirting with the 30-yard line into a Chatham Auto Sales territory. 2.5 to play in quarter number 3. And again, they pitch it back to the running back with some room to move along that far corner. That's going to be first down and more. Patrick Izuski getting first down yardage here for his team. Bidells will have a 1st and 10 as that field position gets better and better. As far as the 24-yard line now, just over 2 minutes to play, quarter number 3. Won't be too much longer before we see the lights here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex as the sun sets upon us here in Chatham-Kent. And again, they keep it on the ground. And it looks like one of the Bidells players' shoelaces coming untied, so he has to strap those up properly. 2-yard gain that time around on 2nd and 7. So 3rd down and 5 coming up, 25-yard line. And 90 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter in a scoreless football game. Defense is coming up big when they have to, certainly in the red zone. The defenses have been able to shut out the other team thus far. Now in the shotgun formation, that's a very high snap, but still able to come down with it and find some room to move along the near side and get taken down around the 20-yard line for Bidells Food Services. Zachary Allen gets taken down. There was a flag on the play that time around. And we'll see if this one is coming backwards. It might be. Ball will be resting here at the 30-yard line, so 3rd and 10. That infraction against Bidells Food Services. So under a minute to play here, 3rd and 10 now for Bidells. As again, they pitch back to the running back, trying to find some room up the middle. And that defense in blue saw that one happen the entire way. And able to bring down the running back. So 4th and long coming up here. In pretty good field position, however, for Bidells as they try to break this scoreless tie. Zachary Emerson on that last play that saw him get about 1.5 yards on the ground. Substitution in here for Bidells. 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter and counting. On 4th and 9. High snap, and they continue to keep it on the ground. They go for it, and again, not getting too much on that one at all. And leading to a turnover on downs for Bidells Food Services. So the ball goes back to Chatham Auto Sales as we will begin the fourth quarter in a scoreless tie. Fourth quarter begins, and Chatham Auto Sales will go on offense. 1st and 10, they will begin this drive with their very own 26.
Tickets for the banquet on November 25th. We will not be selling tickets at the door, so you must purchase these tickets today. Come on up and see Michelle Shepard in the booth.
Quarterback able to escape some danger on that first rush, and now he is able to get around a whole bunch of defenders still on his feet. Pearson still going left and right and zigzagging all over the place and getting close to the 45-yard line. A wonderful job there by the Chatham Auto Sales. Adam Pearson keeping the ball himself and scrambling close to 20 yards despite a whole bunch of defenders. And that will actually be the final play of the third quarter. So now that will begin the fourth quarter here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. It is 0-0 tie, but a good job. He might be a little on the diminutive size for Adam Pearson, but he can certainly run with that football. Great agility by Pearson there. And a big run. So the ball will be around the 44-yard line, it appears. Close to midfield. As both teams with a quick chat with their coaching staff along the far sideline. This Bantam consolation game here. Game 3 of a quadruple header here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex. Minor football day of champions, and it's been a great day of football. Weather really cooperating. It's been a glorious day, very warm for mid-November. And a defensive battle here. Both defenses coming up very large in this game. It is 0-0 tilt. Sun almost completely down now here at the complex. Bantam championship game following this one here. The consolation match, and now a big run right up the middle, still on his feet for the Chatham Auto Sales, number 20, past the 45-yard line. And that was a huge run for Austin McCready as he finds a hole along the near side here. And that might propel his offensive teammates to keep going. .05 to go in the fourth quarter. 0-0 your score. And a pickup of maybe 2 as they keep it on the ground. Number 58 has the rock that time around for Chatham Auto Sales. And Campbell Greenidge again with the call. 2nd and 8. A long 8 coming up here. Dropping back to pass again. Quarterback trying to find somebody open again, using his speed and agility to find open room along that far side. He's going to turn this into some positive yardage past the 40-yard line. And again, Adam Pearson finding nobody open downfield, but that doesn't deter him as he's able to scamper to some positive yards just inside the sideline. And a 3rd and 5 coming up now. And now having trouble with the snap and now having just a fall on it at the 40-yard line was Adam Pearson. So he had some trouble off the snap, and that's going to bring up 4th down now. As the lights do finally come on here as they are starting to warm up at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex just in time. Things getting a bit on the dark side out there. Lights are coming on, however. 4th and 6. They keep going with it on the ground, trying to find some room for first down yardage. But I don't believe he was able to get there. Defense for Bidells able to get to the stop just in time. But a good job by Austin McCready to try to punch his way through the defense. Coming up maybe a yard or two shy, about a yard and a half shy of the first down. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. And now Bidells Food Services will take over offensively. Field position not too bad. Looks like it's going to be around the 37-yard line in their own territory for this one here. 8:25 and counting to go in the 4th quarter in a 0-0 tie. Quarterback able to pitch it off behind him and moving the pile, moving about 3 or 4 defenders past the 40-yard line. Certainly some size with Bidells Food Services, and Chris Vercouteren able to get the rock that time around. So Vercouteren using his big size to push it past the 40 and close to a 4-yard pickup. And again, a pitch off to the right-hand side, trying to find some room, heading towards the sideline and not getting anywhere past the 40. There's a flag down on the play. Chatham Auto Sales able to make the stop that time around. We'll see what the call is with the flag. And it looks like it's going on the offense. Ball pushed back to the 35, so a 5-yard penalty against Bidells. Actually, sorry, back to the 30, so that's a 10-yard penalty. So a lot more real estate to cover here for Bidells. They keep it on the ground, able to punch it past the 30-yard line, so a minimal pickup there on 2nd down. That's going to bring up 3rd and quite long here from the 34-yard line. 3rd and 13. A long 13. Under 7 to play. Still looking for the first points of tonight's football game. Consolation game. And the Bantams, the minor day of champions on this Sunday, Remembrance Day 2012 here at the Chatham-Kent Community Athletic Complex with the Cougars organization. chatham-kentcougars.com if you want all of the information on the organization. On that play on the ground, 4th down coming up here, a 5-yard pickup, but still well short of the first down. So 4th and 8 coming up as we are approaching 6 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Fourth and 8. Bidells Food Services still with the ball. We'll see what decision they make here. And now a timeout coming. Looks like Bidells calling the timeout here. Coaching staff going to talk this one over. Championship game in the Bantam division coming up right after the conclusion of this one. And the final day or final game of the quadruple header here. Wonderful day of football, the athletic complex on this Sunday. Lights now at full power here. Sun has completed its job for the day. Good crowd here, too, at the athletic complex throughout the afternoon and the evening. Seen a few kids here, too, probably curious as to whether or not they want to sign up for some Cougars football for next year. Summertime, fall time. Five-yard penalty. That's going to bring up 4th and 13, so that backs the football up even more. Is that 5-yarder going against Bidells? And they will wisely elect to punt this one away. The kick is high and just past midfield. Looks like a no yards penalty is going to be called right here, but still charging towards the end zone. We're going to get our first points of the game. We'll take a look at the penalty flag, but heading into pay dirt for the touchdown, at least for the time being. And getting the first points on the board, Campbell Greenidge for Chatham Auto Sales. And the first offense, first points we've seen at least here in this football game. The Bantam consolation match. And the ref's arms up in the air, so that looks like that one's going to stand for 6 points for Chatham Auto Sales. As a punt return for a touchdown. And Greenidge able to bring it home. Going for the 2-point convert, it falls to the turf before it gets to the receiver. As Adam Pearson couldn't connect, so a 6-0 lead here late in this fourth quarter. 4:58 to go in the fourth. And the only points in this football game coming on a punt return for a touchdown. And he's had a good game. Final Campbell Greenidge able to get it into the end zone, using his good speed and elusiveness. So Greenidge makes it 6-0. 4:58 to go in this fourth quarter. Off the touchdown, kick comes to past the 40-yard line where Bidells is going to pick this one up. Chatham Auto Sales, a 6-0 lead. Campbell Greenidge with a punt return for a touchdown, the only points of this game. And so now pressure's on Bidells to try and answer the call here. And 4.5 to go in this fourth quarter. They want to put together something on offense with this drive. Time running out. Shovel pass back to the running back, trying to find something along the near side, trying to get as far as the 40-yard line, doesn't get through. Gain of maybe 1 yard. Setting up 2nd and 9 with under 4 to play in the fourth quarter. Once again, they pitch to the running back, finding a hole up the middle, still on his feet. That's going to be a first down and more, as that's what Bidells needs to get this offense charged up a little bit. And Zachary Emerson getting the call once again, almost up to midfield, past the 50, up to around the 51. And a big run for Emerson. Again, the pitch off to Emerson along that far side. A big swarm of defenders not going to allow him to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a loss. Good job there by the Chatham Auto Sales Cougars to push him back a little bit as they rise to the occasion. So 2nd and about 11 coming up here off that 1 yard drop on the ground. Still the time a factor here for the offense for Bidells Food Services as they look to try and at least get the equalizer. If they can get past the goal line, down 6-0. Campbell Greenwich, the only points for tonight on the punt return for the touchdown. And again, they keep it on the ground. And is it a turnover this time around? On the ground, I think a fumble is going to turn this football over back to Chatham Auto Sales. It's been a swarming defense here so far for both sides. It looks like the Auto Sales, Chatham Auto Sales Club able to take that football away off the fumble as they try to run it up the middle. And now with 2 minutes even remaining in this fourth quarter, it's the Chatham Auto Sales Cougars now certainly firmly in the driver's seat. Up by 6, they take the football away and the clock is moving. On the ground, running back turns the corner along the near side, and a lot of room to move, getting past some defenders. Now finally taken down by a couple of defenders. And it's been a good night. Campbell Greenwich off of that return for a touchdown off the punt just a few minutes ago with that big gain. And he gets the football past the 35-yard line. 1:40 and counting to go. 32-yard line is where the ball is now. Surely quite happy to just get the time off the clock, but also still looking for some more points to put this one away. Now the quarterback gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage at best, as again Adam Pearson keeping it. Couldn't do much with it. Actually, he's going to be tacked for maybe a 2-yard loss on that one. So 2nd and long coming up, as he was not able to make it back to the line of scrimmage, trying to carry that one through. He gets taken down behind. Second and 13 now out of the formation, and now they hand it off once again. Greenwich with the call, and he'll get it up to the 30-yard line. And a fairly good pickup there, about a 7-yard run. 30-yard line. 1:04 to go in this fourth quarter. Band of consolation game here. Looking to be going to the Chatham Auto Sales Club. They're under a minute left to take this one, and now they keep it on the ground once again, finding a seam and a couple of more seams along that far side. Number 20, Austin McCready, he's had a pretty good game too throughout the afternoon on the ground. He's had some big-time runs, so McCready again able to get some big positive yards. And that's going to be enough for a first down. 1st and 10 from the 19. As they're able to get some good plays, march the football down the field. And again, trying to salt this one away for his team. Bidells Food Services. Kind of dire straits in this one now, down by 6 and pinned deep in their own territory. And now it looks like they're just going to take a knee to victory with this one. Adam Pearson taking a knee. .18 seconds and counting remaining. Pearson just watching the clock. 2nd and 11. Again, he's going to take another knee. He might do that one more time. And then that's going to do it, as the Bidells Food Services Cougars will be defeated by Chatham Auto Sales by 6 off of that punt return for a touchdown in that 4th quarter with about 5.5 to go. One more kneel down, and that's going to do it. Consolation game going to Chatham Auto Sales. 6-0 winners over Bidells Food Services. A very big defensive battle, and the only points on the board were a punt return for a touchdown. And Campbell Greenidge doing the honors there as he rumbles over 40 yards for the victory. So a 6-0 win for Chatham Auto Sales over the Bidells Food Services in the consolation game. Championship game coming up here very soon as the minor football Day of Champs continues with the Chatham-Kent Cougars football organization with TV Cogeco. We'll have the championship game coming up